Welcome to Baltimore, a city steeped in culture, tradition, and bright lights. But oftentimes, when those lights dim, it becomes a city much like many in the U.S. A city wrapped with issues such as poverty, crime, and homelessness. Not exactly what one would expect in a town affectionately called Charm City. In fact, it was recently reported that organizations in Baltimore that offer assistance to prevent and counter the homeless question had a cumulative 40% who were still as yet unsheltered. That's a 12% increase from 2007. One organization that's ahead of the curve in helping to solve that problem is the Gaddy Family Center, named after a woman who tirelessly dedicated her life to serving Baltimore's underprivileged and disadvantaged. A community activist and civic-minded leader in her own right, Ms. Gaddy once fed over 29,000 Baltimoreans at her annual Thanksgiving dinner in 1994. Sadly, Gaddy lost a battle with breast cancer in 2001. But Ms. Gaddy's vision of service to the community is continued through her daughter, Cynthia Brooks, who continues her mother's work assisting the underserved and is executive director of the Gaddy Family Center.
Right up to her death, it was almost Thanksgiving, and we had planned, as a family, we had planned on canceling the Thanksgiving dinner, but she informed us that we would have her Thanksgiving dinner that year. That was a directive from her. And we went about the business of doing exactly what she told us to do, and it's just gone on from there. And it helps me to keep her here with me to do her work. You can come once a week and pick up food now, because we had to control how often we come. So every day we have about 40 or 50 people that come here to get food. We serve 6 days a week. We're closed on Sunday, and everybody that comes through our doors are not homeless. We also serve the unemployed and the underemployed, but our largest population still is the homeless people that have nowhere to go and nowhere to eat. But you can come here, and there's something here for you. Good morning, Big Daddy. This is Connie speaking.
Ms. Brooks also notes her desire to branch out, to offer more services beyond free meals for the homeless.
I will get a building where I could have both the shelter, the clothing, and put everything in one big massive building. Then I would make sure that I had a training center. I'd like to open up a training center, because a lot of people, if you look around here, the clients that we're serving, we're not here to service mainstream America. The people that come through our doors come with a past. They come with baggage. They've been in and out of jail. They have history of drug abuse. They have a lot of things with them, but they also need help. So you have to, who's there to help them?
The center has been offering meals and assistance to the poor for the last 30 years. But as you may expect, with the downturn in the economy, as people's purse strings tighten up, so do donations.
This time of the year, donations are almost nil. We use Thanksgiving to pretty much harvest food that we would give out from January on. We will collect enough food in November, December, that we'll still have food to give out all the way up until maybe May. After that, it's either close up, or we have to really beg people to help us. Donations are very generous during the holidays, because we're known for our infamous Thanksgiving dinner that literally feeds thousands. But what you don't know, when you're making that donation to us in November, it's actually feeding people in January, March, April, and up to May. That's where having a strong faith comes in. Because even though the shelves might be bare today, it seems like exactly when we're at our lowest, a benefactor will call and say, hey, we have this for you. We'd like to help you do this. And it's not because we're using the media to help us put a word out necessarily that we need help, but people know that we exist.
And it's those same people helping people help themselves. there are those who help volunteer from all over Maryland to offer what they can to help keep the good work of Miss Gaddy alive in this community. One such person is this man, Dave Welsh.
I belong to an organization out in Perry Home, Maryland, St. Michael's Lutheran Church, who 5 days a week sends trucks out of there to various food stores to pick up food and for delivery in the inner city for different soup kitchens. I don't know whether you can see the size of this van. It's usually filled from ceiling to floor and from the back of the seats to door. There's other trucks that are larger and deliver poultry as well as vegetables and of course the bread products.
As for the legacy that B. Gaddy left behind and her impact on the community as a whole, her daughter Cynthia has some very definite thoughts.
She was a little lady that did a great big thing. She set out to help herself, but at the same time, she wanted to help others. She made all of us look and understand that we are our brother's keeper. This center is a small organization, but it's doing big things. We're continuing the work of a little lady in a big way.
B. Gaddy Family Centers in Baltimore have served upwards of 1 million needy citizens across the state of Maryland. A beacon of light to those in darkness, a symbol of hope to those in despair. B. Gaddy, proof that big things really do come in small packages. Phil Hayes, CNN iReport.